Yeah, Jesse Jr.'s drink of choice is apparently causing people to go out and steal like crazy and savagely murder innocent people with no remorse. AOC actually making that asinine claim. Listen.
Because we run away from substantive discussions about this, we don't want to say some of the things that are obvious, like, gee, the child tax credit just ran out on December 31st, and now people are stealing baby formula.
Justice with Judge Jeanine. Do you buy this baby formula excuse?
Let me tell you, these woke Democrats are storytellers. I think that they should have a section in Congress called the fiction section, where everyone who's woke sits in that section of Congress.
We put Adam Schiff in there, too?
Adam Schiff, absolutely. Ilhan Omar, the whole lot of them, okay? They make stuff up. They absolutely make stuff up. And the amazing part of it is people are not shooting, stabbing, beating, assaulting, throwing other people in front of trains because they're out of baby formula. That is so simplistic, so juvenile that it's stupid. STOOPID. And for anyone who's in Congress to say that, you should be embarrassed. You should absolutely be embarrassed. And AOC, stop with your nonsense. No one's listening to you because you're just plain stupid.
They do steal baby formula because it's called liquid gold. You sell it on the black market, and it's criminal syndicates that sell it and make a huge killing. And the feds have actually gone after these people because it's a huge problem, Harold. But that's not why people are, it's not moms because they need to feed their infant. It's people trying to make a quick buck on the side.
There's no doubt. I'm kind of left without words here.
Yeah. All right, Greg, your thoughts.
I'll say this. I'll say this. You know, when the Congresswoman won, there were those in my party who wondered how could we have gone, are we really that progressive? I wrote a piece for one of the magazines saying, look, we had to listen to her and figure out if there's something that she's doing that we need to learn, that the country needs to learn. I think she's now, showing a little bit of sourness here. She won a great election, won against a great pal of mine in Congress, Joe Crowley. Right. But here we are now, and her candidate for mayor here in New York didn't win, but she says Eric Adams doesn't represent the majority of New Yorkers on crime. He does. She's endorsed candidates who didn't win. When you're in politics and you win, you accept the glory. But when you lose, you have to step back and say, what am I doing wrong? What are my views? What is my group, the squad? What are we not doing right? Being sour about things and making up things that the child tax credit's expiration is causing people to steal baby formula. Now, I'm a believer we got to cut child poverty in America. But this is not a serious answer. This is a flippant, cavalier answer. Then probably the thing I found most interesting, she said that Congress was she used an expletive show, and that, it's not a... Look, you've been elected to the greatest club in America, one of the great clubs in the world. And that club is the club that legislates, that spends money. You don't inspire confidence amongst the people who support you, the ideas, even if I don't agree with your ideas. If your answer is, oh, this place is nothing, it's a joke. It's not a joke. This is United States Congress. And if you think it's a joke, then try to make it serious. Comments like this don't make it serious, though.
Augusta National is a little bit of a better club than Congress, but it's close.
No, I said legislative club.
Oh, okay. Do you want to grace us with your AOC impression?
No, I'll save that.
Oh, it's so good, America.
I'll save that. I'm
pretty good.
You're pretty good at it.
I could read right along with it. She drives me insane. This makes me so mad. Okay, it's not Jean Valjean out there stealing bread. Okay, we've seen the smash and grabs. And also, why isn't AOC commenting about all the women who are being targeted in New York City? Where are you? Where are you on that?
Right.
The woman who was murdered in her room with the homeless guy, 3 priors, living in a homeless shelter, is not waiting on the child tax credit. That is not why he followed in her room and stabbed her to death and then hid under her bed. So Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez could do a lot more good. The thing that makes me mad about her, Kamala Harris, several of them, is that they're in these positions of power and then they blow it. She is not serious. She thinks she's too good for Congress. And maybe she'll figure out a way that she wants to go and do something else. She's already said she doesn't make enough money there. It's so hard when she has a Tesla on $174,000 a year. She also said that democracy was going to end in 10 years. But 3 years ago, she said the world was going to end due to climate change, meaning we have about 9 years left. So thankfully, according to her math, the world will not exist by the time democracy runs out of the hourglass.
You are good, Dana. You are good.
She makes me mad.
Greg?
Well, you know what? She wasn't you know, you're not going to find her fingerprints in that murder scene, but you're going to find the ideas, right? How that happened. Those are the consequences of people like her being elected to office. What you see is what you get. Unprotected women. I was coming up 6 and 36 as it splits, you know, where it goes to Broadway.
Yeah.
When they show movies in the 70s, it's always gangs. It's not like that now. It's lone, unstable men wandering around. Yep. And the only people that are terrified in that area are women. I'm watching these guys. This one guy yelling at an Asian woman. Another guy had a whip. Just walk around whipping at people. That's right on Broadway as it splits. That's me sitting in a car going up, seeing just two things going on. I'm thinking to myself, I thought AOC was like streetwise. I didn't realize that she never leaves her apartment, or she never gets out of her Tesla and walks, or has never been to a pharmacy and seen the shoplifting. You go to a pharmacy in New York, you will witness shoplifting, and you have to make a decision. Do I say anything? Do I not? This guy's pretty big. They don't care. I don't care. That's how it works. That one statement about the baby formula should enrage every victim of a hate crime, any victim of any crime, that family. And you're right. She doesn't give a damn about these women, or she would be doing something about it rather than talking about this infantile opinion on baby formula.
Do you think she doesn't give a damn, or do you think she can't even empathize?
I used to think that I think she lives in the abstract. Yeah. She is like the worst kind of radical student. All of our ideas have no practical bearing on life. So it's easy for her to talk about this stuff while there's an Asian woman being stabbed to death. That is not in her abstract world. She deals with, semantics and ideas and ideology. Meanwhile, people are dying all around her.
Also, nobody ever asked her those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? She just is allowed to sit there and talk like she has an economics degree from the university up in Boston.
You know what I never see her? I never see her around constituents. Like, you never see her in an audience. You see her speaking to audiences, but I never see her with her constituents.
Yeah.
I'd love to see, particularly the Adams line just bothered me a little bit about.
Questions.
By her constituents.
Yep.
And just because we're criticizing you, we don't want to sleep with you, AOC. We
Oh,
just
yeah.
think you're
Believe me.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Not a